YouTube, what's good? Trying to just come in with some hindsight, just for the memes and everything. So, as for today, turtle soup. Already given you the bias ideas for Thursday's highs and everything like that. So by 8 a.m., hitting turtle soup, also going for SMT on indices. You then are getting FEG continue, FEG continue, FEG continue. So just BISI higher, BISI higher, BISI higher. So really no bearish shift at all. And even if you were shorting these for whatever reason, ideally you're hitting some type of MB here so you can bail out because you're getting an FEG and retrace, admittedly. So, but that's kind of the small thing. I just more so wanted to talk about ES because this has kind of been my profile idea for it. Monday was bullish, Tuesday same thing, push higher. Wednesday, especially with durable goods tomorrow morning, very, very open for some type of Wednesday high of the week. Even if it wants to do something late, meaning 11 noon at the high of the week, because that's pretty much the end of time that it can. Thursday can come aggressively back in, and then ideally Friday close near the opening price, forming some type of at least weekly candle where it's closing kind of right where it started. Because this is really just immediately rebalancing everything that was delivered on sell side. So ideally, it's just going to hit something, whether it just be this SIBI up here, come out to the buy side, anything like that, or even this, just fill completely, which is only, 27, 26 ES, which it can do overnight or off the news if the news decides to spike us higher. Anything like that, it could very easily set high of the week like that, or like I said, late, have bullish news for the indices, rally up into essentially lunch, and then that can start ideally the entry back down. So what would have to happen is whatever the FVG that forms here from today's wick that forms will need to be quickly traded through on Thursday to get some type of like BPR essentially, however far this ends up wanting to form, and then just come back near the opening price and we just go MMXM on the weekly and we get time distorted. So, but it's more so the sense that they'll pass whatever amount of time they want to and the price won't change, if you really think about it. So that's kind of my plan. And again, we already were looking for just the stacked buy side and everything since Monday. So we pretty much have had what we wanted. I just didn't get the retrace I was really looking for, which was on me. And especially with this aggressive push down, the consolidation, the push lower, could very easily be some type of internal run to do something like that overall and finish off the month, especially since for how late we are into the month. Very, very likely a high of the month has already been set, so we could be looking for something where it's trying to set the low of the month and then come in for the close and then go from there. So, but we'll wait and see. That's just kind of been my idea for now, because especially this up move that we had here needs to be offset in some type of way. So even this being 130 points, you can look for a very similar type move going for essentially 130 points. But that's not here nor there. But it's just kind of stuff you can look for, and at least what I'm expecting for the rest of the week. And again, if it wants to just end up being like the rejection block V shape type of recovery, it should eventually just roll over anyways, in all honesty. So NASDAQ, same thing, looking for Thursday's high, almost there, so close-ish. Ideally fill in whatever bodies are missing here, so really a buy body coming up into this would be like the best case scenario, and it has enough time to do that considering you set high of the week something in here. Put a body up here, put a wick up to here. That would be probably the coolest. Or even one, really put a buy candle all the way up here if you wanted to. But, and again, just hit this LR back through Tuesday's move up. Anything like that, especially on the RTH chart coming into that same high. So it is something that could hit during regular trading hours, which would be pretty nice as well. And like this VIB here only has a buy candle right now. So it actually needs a sell candle eventually. Does not mean it has to show up this week, but eventually it needs a sell candle. Same thing here, same thing here. So it's just trying to see what happens and goes from there. So, but that's kind of the weekly plan outlook still. Like I said, just run for that and go from there. Okay. So now the outlook's kind of good and all that for the people that have clicked away. For everyone else, kind of want to just ask yourself sometimes, especially when you're in the moment, like when you're trading and whatever stage you're at in trading and honestly life for that matter. I want to just remind you about being present in kind of whatever you're doing, or especially if the market, that type of thing, being present can help alleviate a lot of the fear and things like that you may be having while you're trading, So especially realizing that like everything's unique, every instance, even if you have a trade that you feel like you missed for whatever reason, you can still hop in afterwards. You might lose whatever X amount of points on the field, but there's nothing stopping you from hopping in 10 seconds afterwards, It's literally only you pushing the buttons. So you may miss the turtle soup, whatever it ends up being. That's totally fine. There's nothing stopping you from hopping in afterwards, especially if the entire intention was, okay, price for price to go up, and then it does it, and then it starts doing it more. That's just another sign that it's even more likely to go up, So, and I think some people don't factor that in because it's one of those things where you realize the only thing that technically matters is your exits. And like, when do you actually exit out of the trade to make money or lose money for that matter? If you're buying before you should, and then you're hitting all the drawdown, and then you sell at the very, very bottom, and then it completely rallies without you. When that happens, you're still in control of when you're getting in, when you're getting out. And again, there's nothing stopping you from hopping back in afterwards. Or even before, and there's really nothing stopping you from getting in before, for that matter. But you're always in control of what you're doing, and realizing that is honestly more important than anything. Just for the sake of being able to be in the present moment, use what the market is giving you right this second, and then acting accordingly, whatever it ends up being, whether it's sell model, just whatever it is, it doesn't matter. So it's just one of those things where I realized doing whatever you got to do in the present moment is going to be more important than anything. So that's kind of some food for thought I want to give for everyone going into trading for the rest of the week. You may have, bullish bias, whatever, looking for highs, cool. But if you're not there to actually execute on it, or execute poorly for that matter, not holding for like the higher time frame target, or not even, I guess sometimes that, but more so just seeming like you're always doing the wrong thing, like the opposite of what you need to do, and not this, especially not the same as like what you should do, right? Being able to be present is what can allow for that to be seen easier, and then going from there. And so it's just kind of what I wanted to leave off. I know it's a really, really weird rant, but when you're in the moment of your trade and you're facing like the drawdown, or like you're near your stop, or even if you're well in profit and you're waiting for the final profit target or anything like that to get hit, see what happens if you just wait a minute. Like, you just wait one more minute and then go from there, or see how you are feeling after that 1 minute, or even try to sit with it. That's part of letting feelings come and go. Is you actually have to sit with it. If you pull something out, or you put your phone away, or you try to avoid it, or like in some way it's being cushioned, pushed down, etc., distracted on. If it's not actually being sat with, it can't fully be felt, and it's will likely to linger and just kind of rest down in there, you know. So that's just kind of one thing I want to bring up, especially as you're going into like tomorrow and the rest of the week. Even if I am, for example, go Wednesday high of the week, at what point do I decide, okay, that's no longer the case? At what point are you deciding you're listening to, current market information, bullish, 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 has never broken at all, you know? But yet but like, for example, you may find yourself like shorting this. And then even if you do short it, you don't take the mitigation block out of it. So you just you're getting crushed on this 50, 60 ripper, and on a mini, and if you're on an eval especially or anything like that, you could be fried immediately, taking 60 drawdown on NASDAQ, you know. So it's just one of those things where you really just want to try to be as present as humanly possible. And the first part is realizing when you're not present and bringing yourself back to the current moment, back to the current market, back to you having control of what you do for your trading, whether it be entry, exit, partial, add. All of those you can do at any moment regardless, no matter what. You can always do all 4 of those, or even just the 2 if you want to narrow it down to that. But there's nothing actually there that stops any action with this, and just being present, I think, can help with that, especially understanding that all of this information is just neutral, and it's how we're perceiving or at the current state of mind or just what we're at the moment that can differentiate what is actually happening or not allow you to see what's actually happening, and then you come back after the fact and you're like, how did that even happen, Or like, how did I get caught doing that, etc., etc. So that's kind of what I wanted to leave it off of. And yeah. So I'll definitely be doing some more stuff though. I really have been doing a lot of reflecting on like just the trades and the executions I've done. And so I just want to make sure it's all good to go before it starts being shared, I guess is the biggest thing. But yeah. I'm still working on it, and I will always be. That's what you do, but it'll be all soon enough for everyone to see, so it'll be really cool when it happens though. But that's right now, that's just kind of at least throwing an outlook for the rest of the week just because. Gotta do something. So, but other than that, you guys take care. If you have any suggestions, be sure to write it down, comment. I'm up for anything. But we'll still probably end up making the order block video. So, you guys take care.